Super Nintendo World is now open at Universal Studios Hollywood, and boy, is it an immersive experience. You can check it out at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's in the back of the park on the lower lot if you've ever been there. If you've never been there, here's a map of Universal Studios Hollywood with Super Nintendo World in it. And so this is an extremely important and awesome thing for Universal Studios Hollywood because they really haven't added a whole lot in regards to worlds or lands or whatever. This is a themed world inside of the park. Now, it's not gigantic. It's not the size of anything at like Disney World or something like that, but it's a fairly large area. And so you can see from some of the footage here that I took from the media day, it is awesome. It is immersive. It's like walking into Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Think of it like that. It's not as big, but it's as immersive. You are completely surrounded by Nintendo stuff. You see the castle, you see the Mario Kart ride, you can see the piranha plants, and everything that you can think of from Super Mario games, it's there. And there's even a little bit of Nintendo sort of cameo stuff there. There's a couple Pikmin surrounding that are moving stuff, and that's really cool to see. And so you go through this warp pipe, you head into the land, and then you're just surrounded. There's a place to buy food, there's a shop to get merchandise and stuff like that. And so to go through, let's go through what you can get. So you can get the power band, which I have here, which they gave us for Media Day, but you can get this for $40 at the park. And if you have kids, they're going to want to get this. So you can walk around to the various jump blocks or question blocks. And so you just snap it onto your wrist like this. And then you pair it to your app on your phone, whether that's iPhone, Android, whatever. And then you just go up to the blocks and you smack the bottom of them with your hand. Either you can go like this or punch them or hit it like this or whatever, and you'll get to add stuff on your app. It's really interactive and immersive that way. So these things are very awesome. You can get them. There's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy. I think there should be like Donkey Kong coming soon and stuff like that. But you can get them all. There's Toad, but I got the Mario one, which is cool. So, and it's also just kind of like a cool I remember these things from the 90s, these slap bracelets that they had. And so the annoying thing is that it does slide off as you move around, but you might have to just change it. But, you know, the immersive interactivity and everything like that, this is well worth it if you go to the park. Buy one of these power bands because it adds to the overall experience. You can get keys and then go to Bowser Jr.'s special lair where there's a special mini game. There's hidden Marios throughout the land, so make sure to get this and get the power band so you can interact and experience everything at the park. And then as for the merchandise and everything like that, there's tons of plushies, there's shirts, there's popcorn buckets, there's figures, there's more plushies. It's kind of a lot to think about when you go through. As for some of the merch options, I did get a couple things at the park, and so I got a Yoshi keychain here that has the Universal Studios logo on it and the Super Nintendo World logo, and it's a little keychain. It's pretty cute. It's only $11, so it was pretty awesome to get this. And you can get this with Mario, Peach, Luigi, a Bomb, there's a Toad, there's a bunch of them. There's no Bowser or Baby Bowser. I was really tempted to get the Baby Bowser plush, but I didn't end up getting that. But I did get a Yoshi plush keychain, and there's plenty more there. So these are really awesome. There's bigger plushes, there's even bigger plushes, so you can get plenty of options here. But I wanted to get Yoshi because I love Yoshi and I love Nintendo stuff. As for other things, I did get a Mario figure, a Mario statue here, and this was $37 at the park. But this is a great statue that I just had to have it because I saw it and I was like, this is awesome. It's got a nice base. So let's see if we can get this sucker open. So for the Mario figure, here's what he looks like on the inside. Let's just get him open here. And it's just a solid figure, but I felt like this was a great sort of memento for my time at Super Mario World. And it's pretty light. It's just like a plastic figure here, but you're paying for it if you're going to the park, so you're paying a little extra for this. So this probably should be like a, I don't know, like a $30, $25 figure, but you're paying a bit extra for it. There's the base, and it has Universal Studios and everything on it. So this is a very awesome figure. I'm glad to have this in my collection, and so I can have more Mario stuff because I love Mario, I love Nintendo. So as for the Mario Kart ride, they wouldn't let us film on the ride because it is an interactive thing and you're moving around. You might throw your phone somewhere. But the ride itself for the Mario Kart ride is thrilling. It's not like a lot of other Universal rides where it's just a screen in front of you and it's moving around and making it seem like you're moving a lot. You're actually on a cart with three other people, including yourself, and you get this Mario thing and you snap it onto your head and you tighten it. I was wearing my Dodger hat, so I had to take this off. And then on the ride, there's a visor that you snap in, so it's not like anything. It's not like your goggles are touching your eyes or something like that. It's just kind of there. So they do wipe it off, I think, throughout the rides, or there's some UV thing or whatever inside that cleans it off. And so you look around and you have this thing on your head and you've got the glasses and you have a steering wheel with buttons, and you can, whenever you run over the special blocks, you'll get Koopa shells. And you can shoot the Koopa shells at the Bowser, the Koopas that are throughout the ride, or other people. It's really interactive, really awesome. It's not that thrilling compared to some of the other rides at Universal Studios. That's not to say it's not entertaining, but it's not like the Mummy or the Transformers ride. It's less than that, than the Simpsons ride, everything there. So for little kids and stuff like that, it's really good. The seats, however, for people who are a little bit bigger, you know, I'm normal sized, whatever, 185 pounds or something like that. But for people that are bigger and wider, it might be a problem to sit down. So there is a cart that you can test and see if you fit in or not. And so that does suck that they didn't design the ride with, like, you know, tons of bodies in mind. So if you're going, keep that in mind. But the Mario Kart ride is well worth your time. It's pretty long too. It's pretty lengthy. The queue is awesome. It's like the Harry Potter ride. It's got tons of details. You've got the different Mario Kart cups and the different Mario Kart trophies, and you've got Bowser's Lab and all the costumes. It's a love letter to Nintendo. It's very, very awesome and very, very immersive. I had a great time going through it. So the Mario Kart ride is the headliner of everything here, but everything else in the park is great, and the land is great. The food. Now for the food, it's a little bit lackluster. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not amazing. I had the Mario burger. You can see some of the food options right here. But I wish I would have gotten some of the pasta dishes. The garlic balls or garlic knots were not amazing. They were just kind of like a muffin cupcake without sweetness, with just covered in garlic dust. And it wasn't even like the good, like, pasted on garlic stuff you get on like garlic knots or whatever. It was kind of just meh. The drinks, I didn't get the chance to have one of the Mario themed drinks because the person at the front misheard me and thought I said Coke when I said something else. And so I didn't get to have it, but my friend that I was with did say that the drink was very good. So that's something to look forward to if you want that. And then the dessert options, the tiramisu was really, really fantastic, really tasty. The wafer crackers around the sides of it were really good. And then, of course, the cupcake, Peach's cupcake, was massive. It was gigantic. I couldn't finish it. It was really good, but it was just a lot, especially after eating the entree. The fries that came with it were good. It had some of the garlic dust on it as well. There, it was a little better than the garlic knots. But for the food options, there's a lot of them. They're pretty plentiful. They're not super, super outrageously expensive, but they're not amazing. Universal's picked up their pace in recent years with food options and stuff like that, but they could do a little bit better here. The burger could have been a little bit more tasteful. It felt just much like a generic burger with a Mario mustache printed on the top of it, which was cool. But if you're going to a Mario land to get Mario themed stuff, you might want to get something else other than the burgers, because they're just kind of burgers with mustaches on them. The pasta dishes have a Bowser, you know, bread, sort of breadstick thing in it, and then there's the piranha plant caprese salad that looked pretty good. So if I go again, I'll have to try some of the other food options, but as for the food options I saw and from other people, it was kind of just a mixed bag. It was a little bit meh. As for the interactivity and the games and everything that were there, there was a lot to do with the power band. You need the power band really to get the full experience out of it, which sucks because it's an additional $40 on top of your ticket, plus however many of these things you need to get for your kids or whoever you're with. So it is a pricey option, but it does add a whole lot to the experience of being able to bump around, find those blocks, hit them when you're walking by, do some of the key games that you need to do, and all of that. So I will say that that is a bit of a downside, that this is so expensive, but you know, it's super cool. It's super, super cool if you do get the option to do this. So I would really recommend getting the bracelet, but it is a very expensive option, especially if you're going with a family. So overall, the lines of sight and everything, just the immersive and interactivity of Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood makes it a great, great option for the family, for you to go and check out, because it's really, really awesome. I heavily recommend it. I can't recommend it enough, other than some small things like the food and the price, which is, you know, sort of non-negotiable. You're going to Universal Studios anyway. The tickets aren't that expensive for it, especially if you get the, the yearly plan. So this is sort of like, and if you get this once, you got it, you're good. You're good every time you go. So it's just like a $40 investment for kind of a cool bracelet. I don't know, you can wear it after the fact, but this is pretty awesome to go. If you go a bunch, you can go and get a high score and everything. It keeps track of it. But if you're going just once and you're traveling, this might not be the best option for the price. But outside of that, the Mario Kart ride is very, very awesome. It's very, very immersive and interactive, and you won't regret going on it. If the wait is long, wait for it. It's awesome. Get the Universal Pass or whatever, the Fast Passes for it maybe. But Super Nintendo World, can't wait to see where they go with this. It very much felt like you were walking into Super Mario 64, stuff like that. Mario, you were playing Mario Kart with other people in the car with you. It was very awesome. So if you have the chance to go check out Super Nintendo World, please go do it. It's that awesome. So for more, coming in October, we're going to do Halloween Horror Nights, but for more heavy metal, Halloween, video games, theme parks, or whatever content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and do all that, because it really helps me out to know what you guys want to see. And so from me and Mario to you, I will see you again real soon.